I spent the last 100 days in my hardcore world building as many farms as I could, because the mine part in Minecraft is super fucking boring, for me at least. So I want to spend as little time doing it as possible, and for that, you need farms. Lots and lots of farms. And with some of the projects I want to do in this world, we are really gonna need them. So if you want to see how many I was able to build, stick around until the end of the video. Okay, the day is ending, so let's go to sleep, and the challenge officially starts now. All right, here is a flowchart of all the farms I want to build in the world. It's subject to change, but once we complete it, we'll have completed one of my milestones for the world, which is to farm every basic item in the game. And the first couple farms I want to build are farms related to crafting redstone items. I already have basic farms for iron, wood, cobblestone, gunpowder, ridge, shulker shells, sea lanterns, and basalt, which covers us for a lot of the redstone items. So we just need a way to get quartz, honey, and slime. So our first farm will be for gold, which we can then use to trade with piglins, of course, to get quartz and a bunch of other stuff. Then I'll build a slime farm and two different bee farms, one for honey and one for honeycomb. So let's grab the hundreds of blocks we're gonna need for all of these farms. I had a different video planned originally before this one that involved some of these farms, but I decided to postpone it, so I already have a lot of these items in storage, which gives me a little bit of a head start on the challenge, but it's just a personal challenge anyway, so whatever. Okay, this is everything for the farms. All these beehives here are full of bees, but I don't have enough yet. So let's build the gold farm first, and while we build it up, we can farm up more beehives here in this little bee breeder that I built, since there's no day-night cycle in the nether. Okay, to build the gold farm, we need to find a nether wastes biome first. Oh wait, we're in one. And this will maximize the amount of piglins that can spawn to maximize the amount of gold we get. So I'll organize all my items up here, and we'll start by building up the base of the farm. For every farm I build in this video, I'll throw a little splash text on screen here, so y'all know where you can find them in case you want to build it yourself. Everything will be linked in the description too. Okay, we're almost done with the platforms, which is definitely one of the more time-consuming parts, and I'm using soul sand with soul fire instead of magma blocks because it's easier to get and it looks way cooler. Okay, now I just need to grab my llama that's been sitting here. I grabbed this guy when I was making the video that I ended up scrapping, so he's just been trapped in this box ever since I got him. Just need to pull him to the top of the farm. Now we just get him settled right here, and I just need one more pigman in this boat here. Go over there. Come on. There we go. Now what this will do is when we start the farm, I basically just hit the llama with a snowball. He tries to spit at me. He hits the piglin gets mad, and then the piglin sends his anger. Oh, what the hell happened here? There's supposed to be piglins in those boats. Bro. Anyway, the piglin sends his anger down this chain of trapped piglins to the bottom. All the piglins get mad, running to the center, falling down, and going through the portals down there. It's a pretty simple design. Okay, but now we just finish up by building the killing chamber above the farm, and this thing was pretty simple to set up. It's just a nether portal with some pistons that push some items to be stored. With the addition of a crafter, we can actually craft the gold nuggets directly into ingots at the farm, which saves us a ton of time. Okay, now before we finish setting up the killing chamber here, we have this little cell down here, and this is for trapping normal piglins so that when the gold comes through, it's immediately crafted into ingots and then sent here to be traded with the piglins, and then all of their loot is sent down here. That's why there's so many chests. But to get the piglins in here, we need to set up this little platform at the bottom of the farm, and then by putting these 23 carved pumpkins in this dispenser, we can trap 23 piglins and stop them from despawning because of the pumpkins on their heads. Now we just have to wait up here for them all to spawn. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Okay, that should be all of them. Now we just have to set up this rail all the way to the top over there. Do this as quick as we can. All right, now we just send them all up one by one. Now we just cap off the cell like this. Okay, we got them in there. They are forever stuck to be forcefully traded with for eternity for my benefit. Okay, now to actually start up the farm, first we need to get some items. Then we take the coordinates of this portal here. Then we just build up here to Y200. Then we build out a little platform like this. And then with this platform, we go through here, light the rest of these portals. And then with a snowball, we start the farm, like I explained before. Then after a few seconds of waiting up here, they should fall down. And then we just follow into the portal after them. Oh God, this is gonna be a disaster. There's gonna be so many of them. Oh! Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Oh my God, there's an army of pigs. Okay, let's stop any more from coming through. Okay, I think that only happened because I entered through the wrong portal. I think I specifically need to only go through the west portal. Let me put a block so I don't do that again. Start up the farm one more time, and let's try this again. Hopefully I was right about this portal thing. I was not right about this portal thing. Turns out I took the wrong coordinate of the portal at the bottom, so I had to move the platform just a little bit. Okay, now we should be able to do this. Let's start the farm one more time. I swear to God, this better work. Now we go through here and... oh, I didn't put a backside on the portal. But there we go. Just gotta fly away to despawn the extra pigmen. Okay, now we can build up the rest of the side, which is way easier to build than the other side for sure. Now on this side, I take all these boats and dispense them out like this. Then light the portal and send them through. Then I have to do this super carefully. I break these two blocks, build a fence up like this, get rid of this glass. With this piston, we do this. Crap. I was supposed to have a top fence on that left side. Okay, this might still be salvageable. Oh, okay. Fixed it. And we break all this, relight the portal, and we do this one more time for the other side. And we just break these two, and then we fix up the rest of the killing chamber. Then we place an armor stand here. Give it a punch. Okay, that didn't work. Give it a punch. What the f is going on? Give it a punch. There we go. Okay, now the farm should be good to go. I swear to God, this better work. This is definitely the hardest farm to build in this video. Gotta fly up here, and any second now, these guys should start pouring through this portal. Am I just gonna burn for eternity? Or is this annoying noise gonna stop playing in my ear while these guys come through? Oh my God. Oh my God. Look how many are coming through. Holy... Okay, now see this little point? Right here is where we attack. So we just swing. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I gotta turn on the mechanism for the farm to actually work. Otherwise, all this stuff is just gonna sit here. I think it's working. Let's let it run for a second and see how quick it is.
With the farm complete, I sacrificed 5 out of the 100 days to run it to get items to make it easier to build the rest of the farms. All right, 5 days later, and we have a ton of items. Holy crap. This is like, what, an hour and a half worth of stuff? Okay, awesome. All right, the next farm I want to build is a slime farm. Back in ancient times, slime farms used to be these cumbersome things that you'd have to build that either took up an entire slime chunk or were built in like a swamp biome. But with the introduction of the oozing potion, they're now one of the simplest and easiest farms to build in the game. And I think a good spot to build it is right here. Compared to the gold farm, this thing was a breeze to build. It's significantly smaller, and I didn't have to do any annoying entity positioning with mobs or boats or anything like that. And here it is. This is literally the entire thing. The shulker box litter for the items is bigger than the entire farm itself. Here's how it works. So first we need to get the oozing potion, which we can get by crafting an awkward potion with nether wart first. Then we throw a slime block on top of it to make the oozing potion. And then finally make it a splash potion with gunpowder. Then we throw them in here, and we have 64 carved pumpkins here, shears in here, and then we need 15 stacks of snow blocks. Now all we do is flip this to turn the farm on, stand right here, and hold down right click. Then it just makes a ton of snow golems over and over and recycles the pumpkins so we never run out by shearing them off of their head. Then we just sit here until all of the snow blocks are gone. Okay, and then with the 10 trillion golems here, we hit this, and they should all fall down here and get turned into slime where we can just kill them. And then once all the slime are dead, that's literally the entire farm. And off of one cycle, we got a grand total of over 4 shulker boxes of slime balls, except this is kind of annoying. Why do the balls come up here, but the snowballs go down here? There's probably something I have to tweak to fix that because I don't know what the point of a storage system is if I have to pick up all of them manually anyway. But regardless, this thing is super powerful. Okay, we just have 2 more farms left for this little section. I just had to kill some more time at the bee breeder to get enough hives to build the 2 last bee farms. And I'll start with the honeycomb farm first because it's a lot easier, and also I think some of the bees inside of the hives are still babies, and I needed them to be fully grown for the honey farm. So I'll build up the honeycomb farm, let it run for a little bit, and then I'll swap out the hives in there into the honey block farm so that I don't have any issues building it up. Literally the entire farm is just different slices like this. And then the hive will go here when we're done, and then we put shears in the top to just automatically farm it whenever it gets full. And this thing's nice. You can just extend it as far as you want all the way down pretty much. But let's build the storage first just so it's a little bit easier and it starts running right away. It's the same storage that I used for the slime farm, and it just loads all the honeycomb into shulker boxes. Gotta put everything together. Okay, now we just finished this line of redstone down here. And then finally, we just gotta place down all the beehives and then toss a billion shears in this chest. And the farm is done. And look, see, they're all like babies. Yeah. So if I were to use these in the honey block farm, I'm pretty sure it just wouldn't work. Oh crap, I gotta milk that. Milk that. Honey that. Shear that. What am I saying? All right, now while we wait for them to grow up, we can start building the honey farm. It's built a little bit differently. We just need to make an alternating pattern of hoppers and dispensers. How this one essentially works is it just forces a bottle through the farm on a loop. So whenever there's honey, it'll fill up the bottle and then go through this little auto crafter circuit here, which will craft the bottles into honey blocks and then just recycle the whole thing through the system. All right, let's grab all the hives I can since the bees are grown up now, and we'll place all the beehives here. Okay, I just gotta go through that whole process one more time. I need one more batch of bees to grow up into adults, and then both farms will be 100% done. So while we wait to do that, let's get started on the next section of farms I wanna do, which is all the tree farms. Now, I already have a tree farm here, but in comparison, this thing sucks compared to what I wanna build. And it doesn't even farm as many tree types as I need. So let's get all the materials for all the farms I wanna build. There's 4 in total, covering every tree in the game, except for Pale Oak, because I still haven't updated my game yet. And thanks to the gold farm, getting these items was super easy. And here is everything for all 4 farms. I said it was super easy, but it still took 16 days to get. It was pretty simple though, thanks to the gold farm. Now let's build the universal tree farm first because it farms the most different types of trees. This farm is pretty complicated, so I gotta make sure I place everything correctly, but it's absolutely worth it because of how powerful it is. I have a ton of cool projects planned that are gonna make this world super crazy, so I need the best, most over-the-top farms to be able to get it done. Okay, we're almost done with this freaking farm, and it is taking way longer than I anticipated. I have to go so slow making sure every single hopper, dropper, dispenser,
dispenser has all the right items in it, and that I don't accidentally trip any observers or anything like that, making pistons move and then messing the whole thing up. I've gotten a lot better at building complex redstone machines, but it's still pretty tedious. And I just realized that this machine actually requires one netherite block, and I am way too scared to replace it with anything else in fear of this entire machine not working and all this time being wasted. But I have a suspicion that I could probably use just an ancient debris block to fill the same role as whatever this netherite block is used for, which goes like right here. So I think it's for stopping a machine or part or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. And yeah, that's not a risk I'm willing to take. So let's check our storage and see how much netherite we have right now. Nothing. Also nothing. And nothing. Okay, great. Wait, hold on. Do I have anything in the filters? Let's go. Oh, even more. That's perfect. And then 1 ingot. I kind of need it there for the filter. Hey, listen, eventually I'm going to build a machine and I'm going to be able to get so much netherite. It's not even funny. Okay, let's smelt this down. And we just need 28 ancient debris to be able to make 1 block, which is a decent amount, but it's not too much. So let's take a quick detour and get all of it. Hopefully this doesn't take too long because I'm running out of time. Okay, we've got our block. Now let's finish up the last touches of the farm. Now we just need to place our very last block, the block of netherites, and the farm should be done. Now we just got to test it, and if it works first try, you have to subscribe. Okay, deal? Deal? I think that is a pretty good deal. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be pissed because this is really, really annoying and frustrating. Okay, switch the mode to the spruce mode. Okay, I think that's good. Now we just switch it on, hold this here, and I think it's working. Oh, thank God, bro. I don't know what I was gonna do if that didn't work. Okay, now if I were to build the other tree farms I want to build, I'm definitely gonna run out of time. So let's do these 5 farms instead, and I want to try to get them done before the 100 days, because right when the 100 days ends, I'm starting another project that I'm really excited to do. So let's go. First, I want to make a wither killer. This isn't exactly like a farm, like a normal one, but it just kills withers, essentially. And I've already got that wither skeleton farm that gets me plenty of wither skeleton skulls. The strategy I have right now for farming withers is I just have a bunch of skulls and soul sand supplies here, and I do the little trapping trick under the portal and then just kill him with a sword. I can do it pretty quickly, but it's a lot slower than if I have a machine that does it for me. So let's dig out a big area here so we can actually have room to build the machine. Okay, let's grab the materials. The machine I'm gonna build basically automatically pushes soul sand into place with pistons, and then using a dispenser, it dispenses skulls on top of the withers or on top of the soul sand, which then creates withers and then suffocates them one by one in the end portal, and then collects all the stars. Okay, this is literally all the materials, and now we just build it up. It's a super duper easy build. And boom, that is the entire farm done. I'm gonna have so many beacons thanks to this. Now, I don't really have any time to test it. We only have 21 days left, so let's get to our next farm really quick, which is gonna be a wool farm. I built one of these in my last hardcore world, and it may not seem like it if you saw that video, but that farm was straight trash. Basically, the grass in the middle was too far away from the edges to have the green grass regrow, so the sheep in the middle just never regrew their wool, so they couldn't be farmed. This new farm, however, doesn't have that issue, and it is way smaller to build and easier to build. Okay, here's all the materials, and just like the slime farm, the storage is literally bigger than the farm itself. So let's build that first. Just another basic shulker box loader like the other ones I've been building. Okay, nice. Now for the farm, let's get the sheep first. I have a bunch of sheep over here because I needed a ton of black wool last episode. So I can just separate all of these guys out into 16 different cells and then dye them all into the 16 different colors that I need. Now I'll just load them up into the farm as we build it. Okay, there's only 2 sheep in each cell right now, but that's basically all we need for now. And I think I can breed up more in the future pretty easily, but they're all just in these little cells here. And then on like a little hopper clock like this, they all get sheared and then sent to be stored. And we are running out of time, so let's get to our next farm, which is a sugarcane farm. I've just been manually farming cane behind my base this whole time for fireworks and the occasional book, but we will never have to do that again with this farm. And it's really simple too. Just some pistons, a single redstone circuit that'll detect whenever the sugarcane is grown, and then activate a line of pistons to harvest it. Then I'll connect it up to a super basic storage, and boom, that's the entire farm done. Now the last 2 farms I want to knock out, they kind of go together. One of my favorite lighting blocks in the game is the end rod, and to craft one of these things, you need a coarse fruit and a blaze rod. So we're gonna make farms for both of those things. And the coarse fruit farm is 100% more complex than the blaze farm, so we'll build that one first. It's not exactly super complex as it is just really large. And we need a ton of smooth stone for this one and some materials to make some TNT bombers that'll blow up the coarse fruit. And I think right here is a good spot to build it. So let's clear out a big area so I have a flat enough spot to actually build the farm. All right, this should be enough space. Now let's just build the whole thing up. Okay, and here's how the farm works. Basically, you put a minecart down here, grab some chorus flowers, and then hold down right click. The minecart sends us on this little track, and we place the flowers on this end stone. And then once we go all the way back around, we sit back here until this timer's done, which lasts 15 minutes. So I can't really test the farm. I'm gonna run out of time if I do that. But basically, yeah, you just sit there, the chorus fruit grows up, and then this TNT array is activated, which blows up the chorus fruit and lets us get it. So it's relatively slow, but the point is it's automatic. So you don't have to do anything and it just gets it for you. So if I were to run this all night at least once, I'd get a ton of chorus fruit. All right, we just gotta finish one very last farm, which is the Blaze farm. And this farm is by far the simplest and easiest farm in this entire video. So simple that my pea brain doesn't even need a guide or a video or anything to know how to build it. I'll just grab some glass and some concrete, some hoppers and some chests. And I just need to make a box around this spawner in the nether out of glass, which funnels the blaze into this hole here, where we can just kill him. Easy. And that's our 100 days officially up. And that is 10 farms built. Check out these videos to watch the hardcore series from the beginning, and bye.